and it was on the 29th of May 1910. And here we see that this is the British Embassy reporting from Sir Gerald Lowther to Sir Charles Harding the makeup and the nature of the Young Turk Revolution. The Young Turk Revolution, he's pointing out, is actually been the work of the movement from Selanik, which is an entirely Jewish movement. The important thing is there that 80,000 of those, the Jews in Selanik, were from Ishak. They are Semitic Jews. There are 20,000 from the sect of Shabbat Zvi, who were people like the Ashkenazi who converted to Judaism and then apparently converted to Islam, but only on the surface. So the important number here is to see that these are 70,000 sons of Ishak, and they're known to be from the Sephardic community. There's no doubt about that. And Sir Gerald Lowther is pointing out here, as you'll see, that basically it was an entirely Masonic movement. The whole system was Freemasons, and the group in Salonika, they had lodges that were there under French and Italian control. And the whole operation for the takeover of the Ottoman Empire was engineered through Salonika. It was financed by the banking house of Jacob Schiff in Wall Street, and it was funded and financed, as was the Bolshevik Revolution, through the same banking houses. In fact, Trotsky, for 3 months prior to the revolution in 1917, was staying with Jacob Schiff in Wall Street. So here we have a very interesting link with Wall Street and the fact that there was a policy to obtain Palestine by stealth, and beginning with, of course, undermining the whole of the Turkish Ottoman Caliphate and the administration. By the end of July of 1908, this secret society took control of the Ottoman administration. Javed Bey, all the administrators, the heads of the army, everything, eventually all of them were governed by this group of Freemasons, Masonic Jews, some professing to be Muslims, but in actual fact this was the total movement, was engineered and financed out of the City of London and out of Wall Street in America. This would be a group in Salonika. The entire city of Salonika was stopped on the Sabbath, on the Shabbat. On the Saturday, everything stopped. So it was for 400 years an entirely Jewish community operated and controlled through the various synagogues, but mainly through the Masonic lodges. And the letter, the full letter of Sir Gerald Lowther we have now from archives. It's about 8 pages to 10 pages long, and it gives us all the names of the people, including a mention of Jacob Schiff, the financier. The army, then the Turkish army, there was the massacre of Armenians. 1.5 million Armenians were massacred. Now the Turks, or the Muslims, have been blamed for this massacre. In actual fact, the administration, the army, the whole administration was then under Zionist control. And Turkey is still today, if you notice, has very strong links with the Zionist state. And it always will have, because people like Tansu Çiller, who was the former prime minister, is a Don man. So she was wearing her Islamic tarbush, or whatever it was that ladies wear at times. So the administration there is the one that was installed in 1908, and it is still operating to this day, totally secular and against the interests of everybody, including the rabbis, as they've admitted that it was far better under Ottoman rule than it was ever under this secular Zionist rule.